Hi guys, and welcome to Marie's Gels Nails here in sunny beautiful central Queensland, Australia. I want to thank everybody, including Nails by Jen, Miss Jen. You have just, the swap with you has been absolutely amazing, girl. The videos you did and just how excited and everything you were, truly, see, I still can't wipe the smile off my face. And today I haven't actually been very well, but I wanted to upload this video today for a number of reasons. To thank everybody for their kind words about my glitter mixes and things like that. It's truly awesome to think that you guys really like them. To thank Jen, because without Jen and doing this first swap, you know, my subscribers have gone through the roof. There are people wanting to do swaps with me, so thank you so much. And I hope our friendship truly does start to blossom even further. I mean, I know I'm the mad Aussie who won't shut up and keeps sending you mail on Facebook, but you know, I truly feel blessed, Jen, having you as a new friend. And Beck, it's been lovely. You know, I'm so excited to get started on this new swap with you for next month. Beck, I can't wait. It's just absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much, all of you, for your kind words, your support. You've just given me the drive to want to do more videos and post them up. So getting on to the more videos thing, I'm going to be doing a haul video after this video, just on what stuff that I've gotten over the last 2-3 months from eBay and things like that. As you can see, probably a little bit behind me, things have changed in the salon area a little bit. Everything's still here. I've just become a little bit more organised and put things away a little bit. The other thing I want to talk to you about is I'd like for you all to get to know me. My real name is Marie. You know, this is a part of my business. I run from home. And in saying that, you know, I said, I think earlier, that I've been qualified for 17 years. To answer some questions, being in Australia, you don't have to be regulated to be a nail technician. Anybody can be a nail technician. You can go here and do courses at the suppliers for a day and call yourself a nail technician. I went to Queensland TAFE, a bit like your technical colleges and your beauty schools and that, for 6 months. I actually have a Queensland certificate. It's actually in my maiden name because I did it, before I got, sorry guys, married. I don't know how well that's turning out. And you know, they touched on so many things. For me, sanitation and all of that kind of thing is just huge. I'm a member of the Australian Fingernail Association here because the beauty industry, the hairdressing industry, the nails, we're not regulated here in Australia. So there's no firm guidelines to say that I have to have an autoclave or I have to sterilise my equipment at all. And if you Google, on YouTube, sorry, if you go on YouTube and put in bad nails and have a look, you know, our news presenters from A Current Affair and everything over here have some shocking, horrible stories about what's happening in the nail bars, as we call them, in the supermarkets. So I joined the Australian Fingernail Association and I follow their regulations and guidelines. I've printed out for my customers, because a lot of what I do, and I say to my customers, I'm just not here as a nail technician, I'm here as for education. It's strange when we go to a hairdressing salon, you know, we know what's going on, we know what the chemical processes are, we know what is happening to our hair, but we don't when it comes to our nails. How many people out there that I've met that don't know that a drill shouldn't be used on a natural nail, and the damage I've seen from those arbor bands on natural nails because someone's too lazy and wants to save just that little extra time rather than hand filing to remove the shine is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, sanitizing. All my clients have their own nail file packs, which are all here behind me. I put them in little bags. They're not sealed because I don't want anything to grow inside them. They are all sterilized after my customers come. This is all my customers. Yes, it costs me a little bit more money, but in the truth of the matter, I don't have an autoclave. I don't have a hospital strength autoclave. I can't afford the money to buy one. So actually it works out technically cheaper I have a UV light sterilizer, which is down here behind me, and I have on my desk my normal water sterilizer, which has stuff in it. But if I cut someone accidentally, there are people out there who have soft cuticles or whatever, and yeah, I've sterilized it, but I don't know this person. I'm not going to go and ask them to do a hepatitis or an AIDS test or anything to know that whether I have to throw that file out or not. So supplying each of my customers their own files guarantees the customer, whether you have customers or you're doing friends' nails, it guarantees it's their personal files. It is not used on anybody else. So it doesn't matter what happens to it, to a point, if you know what I mean. If I nick them and they bleed on it, I still sterilize it and everything, but I'm not going to pick up that same file and use it on someone else. So realistically, I save money because I'm throwing away less files. UV lights on my desk, and I'm not kidding, you know, there's a big debate on UV lights, whether they're causing skin cancer or not. For me, I don't believe that that's true because it's not a daily thing like the sun tanning beds or anything like that. But still, because it is an issue on my desk for people who are worried, there is sunscreen. You know, it's important for me that the people I service have the top quality care, that they are informed, that they are given the information, that when they walk into my salon, my rubbish bin should be empty. I pick it up, but it's not because I've been doing a few things today. My desk is clean. Every client, it should be cleaned. My towel on my desk is cleaned. Everything's wiped over, it's clean. You visibly can see it. They can visibly see my certificate and see that I'm qualified. They can visibly see that my implements are clean. And if they're worried, if they're still not 100% sure, I just spray them over quickly with the sanitizing spray, wipe it all over, and then they're 100% sure. But because they're getting new files, and they can see, because I buy my files in bulk, but they're individually wrapped in packs for me. I have to open the plastic in front of them. They can all see that these are brand new files, down to the buffer block. It's all brand new, and they know it's theirs, and they can clearly see behind me my little pot of files. So yeah, I am a member of the Australian Fingernail Association. I believe in what they're trying to do and trying to get the industry regulated. So I support that, and by supporting what they believe as a nail technician we should supply, I do. When I do a pedicure, I won't use a razor and shave someone's feet. And in this day and age, it's absolutely ludicrous that someone would have to do that. Guys, there are so many chemical peels out there on the market that are fantastic. I use on my clients, excuse my back. To me, this is my absolute favourite. It's called Callus Peel, and it has 2 sheets in it. Reminds me a little bit of snot, actually. And it is absolutely, it is better than any result I could ever get with razoring someone's feet. But then again, I was never taught that at technical school, or TAFE, whatever you want to call it, for those of you who live overseas. I was never taught to do that. The beauty therapists down here, because at TAFE you do it when you're doing your manicures and your pedicures and your artificial nails, you're actually doing it with the beauty therapists. But the nail technicians, because I have a certificate 3 in artificial nails, they go further into it. We go further into it than what the beauty therapists do. We're not taught to do that. You know, I just, my mind boggles at some of the things that are going on. And what people are trying to do, yes, we should be charging more for our services. It's very hard sometimes to get that money, and let's be reasonable where it is, you know. I was talking to one of my clients the other day. She pays $70 for a 10-minute pedicure, which they're saying is a deluxe pedicure. There's no paraffin wax, there's no massage, there's no scrubs, there's no packs, there's no callus peels. They basically just pushed a cuticle back, trimmed back the toenails, filed the feet a little bit, and that was a deluxe pedicure, and that was worth $70. She was here with me. I have 7 stages to my pedicures, and if anybody's interested in seeing the products and what I actually do, we'll do a video and I'll put them all up and I'll show you. You know, and whether it's the only difference between my deluxe pedicure and my standard pedicure is on the deluxe the massage is longer. I use a better callus peel, and the paraffin wax. It's the only 3 things that differ. So anyway, that's enough about that side of it. Some of you, I have mentioned that I'm a chronic pain patient, and that's true, and I said I would answer that question because it's a long, complicated story. 7.5 years ago, I had a surgery. It was a simple surgery. It was to remove my gallbladder. I was left for 3 weeks to fill up with bile. Bile, as you know, is corrosive. By the time I got to a Brisbane hospital, and Brisbane's a 10-hour drive from here. I was flying down from the Rockhampton base hospital. By the time I arrived in Brisbane, my family, and this is where it gets really foggy for me. Before I left, my family, my husband and my children, they came back into Blackwater and were told that I was going to be fine. There was nothing dramatic. The kids would go to school, he went back to work, and I was be away for 3-4 days and I'd be home, and they put a stint in and I'd come home. My parents met me when I got off the plane at the hospital. My mum was told I had 12 hours to live if they didn't operate on me. She has never seen a doctor abuse someone before over the telephone. He rung the base hospital in front of my mum and just abused the crap out of them. There was no drain put in while I was under the hospital's care. They did nothing, absolutely nothing to assist me, other than for 2 hours they put a needle into my stomach, and in that 2 hours they drained 4.4 litres of fluid. If they hadn't have drained that fluid, I probably would be dead. You know, my heart, I ended up in ICU for about a month. My heart was failing, my lungs were failing, I had septicemia, peritonitis. The bile had eaten all the connective tissue around all my internal organs. It had eaten my muscles, my ligaments, you name it. It's on top of that, there's nerve damage. So basically, I'm an ongoing mess. And I say that smiling. I'm touching the surface of this, guys. This is really, really upsetting for me and my family. I am a chronic pain patient because this tissue, it grew back as scar tissue, but internally they call it adhesion. Some of you may know what it is and others may not. It's long strings and it has no give. So between that and the nerve damage, and there's so many ongoing issues, it's not funny. You know, I even registered a tumour marker score for ovarian cancer, which I don't have. It's still there. But they'd seen bile on my ovaries, because they had to open me up and wash all the bile, scrub off all the bile out of all my internal organs and everything like that after they put the stint in. And I had to have drains. It's, you know, I've had central lines, you name it. It's a huge mess. About 2 months later, we worked out that it didn't close properly and I still have a small bile leak, which isn't good. It's not closing. They thought it would, so it causes issues every now and again. So I went back to doing nails as a nail technician, because when we moved up here 15 years ago, I was busy helping my husband at the time with our business and other things. I went back to doing nails for something for me to do. For education, because when I saw what these nail technicians did to my own daughter, I just cracked. You know, they ski jumped her nails. It was a mess, and I was spewing. Yes, my daughter's a severe nail biter. Taylor's horrible, but you know, it was disgusting, and it was some of the reason why I went back. Education. It's just, you know, the consumer should be educated on what is out there available for, what they're allowed to say, you know, questions they're allowed to ask, what is happening, you know. To me that is very, very important, and I feel great going back, you know. It's made me feel a little bit more human. I also have to go down to Brisbane a lot of times. I've just come back. I've been down there having IV lignocaine to help with my pain. Pain clinic absolutely saved my life. If it wasn't for me getting into pain clinic, I would have given up years ago. You know, when my adhesions, as I say, cease and I'm screaming in bed, it's not the first time I've asked the question, why did they bother saving me if my life is going to be worth like this, you know? But I can tell you I'm very active between my nails. I have 2 German Shepherd puppies that I teach dog obedience with. You know, I've been overseas with my family. We went on a cruise from Sydney to Hawaii. You know, my whole house, my life has changed greatly, but I'm not letting my pain win, and that is the most important thing. I have to live with this for whatever's left of my life, whether I have 40 years of life, whether it's shorter due to other issues, but for whatever my life is, yes, has it changed some things? I used to do oil painting. I find that difficult to do now. I find it difficult, as you can probably see in this, I'm always sort of moving around. But I've gotten into photography. I used to do obedience and stuff with my dogs. Mind you, my old pair have since passed away with old age. I've got 2 new ones. But my son wanted to get into dog obedience, so I trained him. You know, this is a new path. And with my nails, when Nick finishes year 12 next year, not this year, but the year after, in 2015, I plan to go to TAFE. I want to get my teaching degree, and I actually want to teach. And I actually want to open after I've done my teaching, I want to open up my own nail distributors. So, because there's none up here in central Queensland, I have to order from Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, wherever. Guys, this is a really long video. I hope you've learnt a little bit about me. Thank you again for supporting my channel and supporting me and giving me a chance. I love you all, and I appreciate you all so much. Thanks, guys.